Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Today, two fleet carriers arrived at the centre of the galaxy at Sagittarius A. Of course, getting there is a fairly hefty undertaking, however these two carriers made it there in great time. The first to arrive was the Spear of Bitter Mercy, piloted by Commander Space Me Now. Very shortly afterwards, a second carrier arrived, the one I was on myself. This one is owned by Commander Cervidian, who was accompanied as well by Commander Valorian. So good work for both of these fleet carriers, congratulations on making it there. For all the details on the Spear of Bitter Mercy, that's the first carrier to arrive there, do have a look at the link in the video description where you can find a Reddit post explaining everything that went down. As for the other carrier, the Fram, which you can see right here, I was on board so I was able to capture a bunch of footage. Now there's also a load of details available for this particular journey. Specifically, it took 53 jumps to get here. The last jump was just 64 light years, whilst all the rest were around the 499 mark. The carrier left home with 22,916 tons of tritium and arrived with 9,765. So in total it used a little over 13,000 tons of fuel. No mining for tritium was done along the way as everything was purchased back within the bubble. It made for a fairly expensive trip as all the fuel used cost a total of around about 570 million credits. There was also the maintenance costs for each jump, which is around about 750,000 credits per jump, but we've been assured that isn't accurate, and my understanding is the correct total should be around 100,000 credits. At any rate, here we are in Sagittarius A. So many short-term to long-time players will no doubt know where Sagittarius A is. This is the massive black hole that exists at the centre of our real galaxy, the Milky Way. Over the years, it's been a very popular tourist destination for players. In fact, years ago it took a very long time to get here, but over time it slowly got that much easier. But getting a fleet carrier here is still a fairly hefty task. But as we're about to see, people have managed it nonetheless. Now the interesting thing about fleet carriers, this is perhaps a positive thing as well as a negative thing, really depending on how you look at it, is that they are going to change the galaxy. One of the marvels of Elite Dangerous after all is the fact that you can travel so far out into space and be completely isolated from all of humanity. Many thousands of light years away from the nearest space station, sometimes tens of thousands of light years away from the nearest inhabited planets. So what's going to happen now is that likely space will start feeling a little less isolated and a little more populated as the fleet carriers spread out across the stars, bringing a civilization to the entirety of the Milky Way. It could perhaps be considered as a form of pseudo-colonization. Now, let's be honest here, there are millions of stars, for hundreds of millions, in fact, 400 billion star systems, and you can see so many of them as we're here in the centre of the galaxy, which is very densely populated with stars. It means that no matter how hard the players push it, there's always going to be more empty systems than there are full systems. So if you want to find a nice empty system that no one else has seen before, it shouldn't be too hard. In fact, it's going to be very easy. That said, conversely, it also means that no matter where you go, no matter how far you travelled, it's very likely that you're never going to be that far away from the nearest fleet carrier. And this ultimately is a pretty significant change for the game. It means things will never be quite the same as they once were. If you're interested in taking a fleet carrier out to a popular destination or perhaps even a remote destination, I'd love to hear where that's likely to be. Do let me know in the comments section below. The obvious choices would be Beagle Point, Barnard's Loop, the California Nebula, and many other such places. But there's also some more remote locations, some that are far less visited, which will nonetheless still likely be popular destinations. For now though, great work to Commanders Space Me Now, Commander Cervidian, and Commander Valorian for getting their fleet carrier out here at Sagittarius A. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.